trap?
Trap 144.
Alright guys, so this is it. Last day with the Tomei. We're going to switch it over to the other exhaust. Now some of you longtime subscribers probably remember the parent exhaust that I had when I first bought the STI. Actually, I had that exhaust before I even had the STI, but that's going to go back on the car. Originally, I sold that to Jeff, and Jeff is loaning it back to me until I can find a suitable exhaust that's actually in stock that I can actually buy, and then that's going to go on the STI. So this is not going to be permanent. This is just until I can find a freaking exhaust that I could buy. Now, a lot of you guys have commented and say, hey, I have the Tomei exhaust and it's not that bad. I'm also catless, but come to find out, some of you guys that have commented are just running the stock turbo or a small stock location setup. Now, I will be honest, I love the Tomei on the FP Black and the stock turbo. It sounded just fine. No complaints whatsoever. It wasn't as loud as people made it out to be. But once I upgraded to the big turbo setup, it sounded totally different. It's about twice as loud. I don't know, I guess I'm just at a time in my life where I just want something that's a little more subtle, that isn't just so obnoxiously loud and raspy. I don't know, I'm more about, overall good exhaust sound quality than just overall loudness. Personal preference, you guys might disagree, but oh well. Like I said, personal preference. Now, I live in a town where there's a lot of Subarus, and over the past few days, I've encountered like 3 or 4 really loud Subarus, louder than mine, and at the end of the day, I just don't want to be that guy.
YOLO, just send it, bro.
Man, get the fuck out of here. That literally took about 5 minutes to remove. This is about 10 times as heavy. All right, just installed the parent exhaust, and yeah, let's give it a good startup. Let's test it out, see if it's too loud or maybe it's gonna be too quiet. I have no idea. Get you guys a POV. You guys have been asking for a POV. Grow up. All right, let's go ahead and set this to intelligent mode because we don't need to romp on the car. It's 92 degrees outside and I don't need full power for this demonstration. All right, so ever since I got the rotated turbo kit installed, one of the questions that I've been getting and comments is about the turbo lag. Now you guys got to know, if you guys want to go this route and install a big turbo such as this one, we'll go over the turbo in just a minute because I didn't really go over that when I got this thing installed. But there are going to be some drawbacks, and one of them is the threshold is going to be a lot higher than with a smaller turbo, such as a stock turbo or an FP Blue or an FP Black or maybe even the Cop 20G. It's going to be a huge difference. So just to be blunt, anything below 5,000 RPMs, nobody is home. Dead serious, guys. I'm going to demonstrate that in just a minute. But there are things that you can do to mitigate that. One, you don't have to go with such a large turbo. Now, the turbo that I have in there was originally a 6466. Now, that was sent to get rebuilt, and it's pretty much close to a 6870 now. I don't know the exact specs. It's probably a 67 millimeter inducer or 68, or in a 71 millimeter exducer. So pretty much a 6870. So with that said, another thing that you can do is go with the smaller AR housing. Now, I do have a 105 housing. Here we are. Oil is warmed up. We're about 200 degrees as far as the oil temp on this 92 degree day. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. The new exhaust is wonderful. It's just a little bit too quiet for my taste, to be honest with you. Maybe something just a little bit more with more tone. The Q300 was just perfect. So this exhaust is just temporary, guys. I am on the lookout for an exhaust that's in stock. There is like 3 or 4 different types of exhaust that I am looking at. So it just depends on the availability of the product. So intelligent mode's about like 20 PSI or so. It's like 400 wheels. So we don't need to go all out on the car today. So let me just demonstrate. So 3,000 RPMs. Let me just get to 3,000 RPMs. There's no one ahead of me. And I'm just gonna floor it, and we'll see how long it takes to get into boost. All right, we're gonna floor it right now. Nobody home, nobody home, nobody home, nobody home. That's around 45. All right, we'd even rev it out. So now with that said, since boost comes in so late, one of the things that you're gonna have to do is also raise up the rev limiter. So otherwise, if you don't raise up the rev limiter, of course, next time or when you go shift into the next gear, you're gonna fall out of boost. And we'll demonstrate that again. We'll try to rev it all the way out next time. And even at intelligent mode 20 PSI, it still felt pretty good. Let's try a second gear this time. 3,000 RPM. Nobody home, nobody home, nobody home. There we go. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be like a stock turbo setup where around 3,500 RPMs you're going to get into boost. It's a lot different. One thing that I noticed, since I live in a place where there are hills here and there, you have to downshift a lot more when going up hills, of course. So you don't want to lug the engine around because that's bad for the engine. Usually I just shift down to like 5th if I'm on the highway and I'm going up a hill. That's one thing that you're going to have to do more often. Now, even though there is a lot of lag, I'm telling you the trade-off is it's going to make a lot of power. It's like VTEC on steroids. At $5,000, boom, whole bunch of power kicks in, especially when you're at 32 pounds. We're only on 20 pounds, guys. So, but you guys get the point. We're in a residential area. I don't want to go too fast. But also another drawback is when you're making this type of power, you know, you make sure that you guys have an open road in order to help, you know, exploit all that power. That's why I'm only in intelligent mode. But it's still fun as hell though. So we have a straightaway coming up here. 93 degrees. How did the temperature go up higher? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and put in sport sharp. There you go. And we made, yeah, 24 PSI in that. I thought it was 20 PSI. 24 PSI. All right, so we're at 30 something pounds now. So 3,000 RPMs. As you can see, nobody is home. I'm gonna step on it. Let's see if sport sharp feels different. There you go, I'm flooring it. Nobody there, nobody there, nobody there. There you go. So that's it, guys. Oh man, that was super fun. I was trying not to laugh, and you know. Let's go back to intelligent mode. We don't need all that power. Let's go back to 3,000 RPMs. This exhaust is really, really quiet. Almost a little bit too quiet. All right, $3,000. Here we go. See, there's nothing there. And then we make power. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. I know. There's no point in flat footing it right now. Now, since the boost comes in late, one thing that you're going to want to do is also get cams. Now this car has BC 272 cams. I really wish I went with BC 280s, so something a little bit bigger. I don't know if 272s really make much of a difference, to be honest with you. So too bad Josh never told me about getting 280s instead of 272s. I'm lying, he did tell me. But if I were to do it all over again, yeah, I would definitely go with a bigger cam, so that we can maximize or take more advantage of that power higher in the rev range. That is for sure. I don't have my... That was slow. I got locked out. God dang it. I need to set up my launch control. That's what I need to do. Oh, I bogged it. And there's a car in front of me. Great. Oh, it sucked. Clutch slipped. flip, bad. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get a good launch. That clutch, ooh, God, that smells. Better 60 foot still sucked. Yeah, 2.1. That was slow. Sorry, guys. 7.6 at 93 miles an hour was the 8th mile. We didn't go all the way. There was just no point in going all the way. All right, so we are in the Supra today. I'm not gonna lie, I have been neglecting the Supra just a little bit, only because we've been working on the STI in the background, trying to get make adjustments to the tune to make it a little bit more responsive down in the low end. And I'm telling you right now, we did about 2 or 3 revisions and it feels so much better. It's not as lazy as it used to be, so it's a little bit more enjoyable to drive. But with that said, we are on our way to a Supra meet. I've never been to a Supra specific meet, so let's go ahead and see what they got in store for us over there. Word is they have a 9-second Supra over there. All right, so here we are at the Supra meet. Wow, a lot more than I thought would be here. Cool, I never seen that color in person before. Oh, that's dope. Got the car out. I really got to do something about those wheels. They just look nasty.
So, P-tune, big turbo, typical fueling mods, you know, reflex, port injection, meth injection kit, axles, trans, and engine's been built as well.
What's a trap?
Trap 144, but that was with a Pure 800. Oh. So I haven't actually gone to the track with this setup. This setup's about a week old. Okay. So I mean, those of you that are considering Pure 800s, they make some jam. I mean, we ran the 9-second with the Pure 800. Yeah, I daily drive it. Obviously not with these tires when it rains, you know, but I commute it.
Oh yeah, Rob Evo. Back. Right. There we go. Sorry. Can you talk about what you do and what you got?
I do titanium fabrication. So right now I'm developing parts for this platform. So none of the parts are on the website yet, but they should be going up next month. So you guys can take a look at the shop cart today and see a lot of the new parts that are coming out. Awesome. So, I'm probably going to put everything live to order on the website next month. Yeah, so right now it's got the single exit exhaust on the passenger side, and I'm starting on the driver's side next. So there'll be a single exit for each side. Okay. And then it'll be with muffler, and then in the track edition it's got no muffler, so straight pipe. Okay. But it's all 3.5 inch all the way out. And then this has a 4-inch titanium catless downpipe that I made, but I probably won't offer those for sale.
Is this emblem
just stick on?
Is it just for this kind of cover, or is it?
It's designed to fit the OEM cover.
Okay.
I just stuck it on the AMS one just because it needed it. So and then there's rear badges also on the back. So this is basically a chassis mounted rear brace. So if you actually pull these covers off, there's OEM lateral bars. So this replaces those. So those come out, there's a titanium piece on each side and the same 1 3/8, and it ties across. So this thing is like extremely solid.
Now this is the color that I wanted to get originally, but you know, they didn't have them, or it was like a 6-month wait. Damn, I love that color. We really need some wheels. Everyone's got TEs. Damn, it just looks so clean. I'm telling you, this color looks really, really good in person, too. Such a rare color for the Supra, though. I love it. When it comes to the Supra, I really, really love driving this thing. I don't know, is there something wrong with this boat over there? I don't know. But to be honest with you guys, yeah, I don't plan on doing much, but when we do, we will see what kind of power it makes. So, wow, that sunset looks absolutely amazing. So off camera in the background, we've been updating the map on the STI just to make it a little bit more responsive down low. We've already done like 2 or 3 revisions, and wow, it is so much better down low. It's much more responsive. It's not as lazy as it used to be. So big shout out to Josh for revising the map for me. But with that said, there is a big limiting factor, and actually there's a few limiting factors in the car. Now, is it going to be faster in the quarter mile as with the FP Black? As you guys saw, I pretty much burnt up the clutch on that last launch, and I don't think that I have the, how should I say this? Let me turn that off. The clutch is not going to be able to hold the power in order for us to launch in boost. Now with the FP Black, it didn't make as much power, so we were able to pretty much get off the line in boost. I think the 60 foot time that we got, I'll show you the run right now. Since the car makes a lot more torque than it does now, of course this clutch is not going to be able to hold high RPM launches. I need to be launching at around 6,500 RPMs at a minimum. So this clutch that I have installed is the ACT HD SS. I think it's rated for like 550, making a little bit more than that, so definitely not going to hold. As you guys saw in that run, the clutch was slipping the whole time. It wasn't really going anywhere. Also, I am not dumping the clutch. It might seem like I am, but what I do, I pretty much slip the clutch when I'm launching. Actually, before that, what I do is I preload the driveline, let the clutch out just a little bit, and then I use the e-brake as a staging brake so it doesn't move forward and roll past the beams. And then once it's time to go, I pretty much slip the clutch out and off we go. So just keep that in mind. So I do plan on upgrading the clutch soon. I just don't know which clutch to get. So while the engine is out, when we're replacing the clutch, we're going to upgrade a few other things, something that the car really needs. And then hopefully by that time, the car makes around 800 wheel, because we got pretty much everything we need to make 800 wheel. The turbo, the engine, it's just a few supporting mods that need to be upgraded.
Why don't you have a wideband gauge?
As you can see right up there, that is my AFRs right there. That's why I don't have an AFR gauge, because I can just pull it up on the access port.